First glitch of the fucking night. Honest to God. Let's start the week as we mean to go on. Glitching away. Anyway. Oh. Hello, humans. Welcome to my stream, my podcast, my desperate need for attention. This is my show, and my name's Bodach. I was exiled here on Earth, framed for crimes I didn't commit, but that's a story for another day. This is my thing. I ramble, I chit-chat, I fight technical glitches. I've probably been neuralized by the Men in Black multiple times, considering there's not a rabbit hole not worth my time. I wear my tinfoil hat with pride, never shy. I speak in my mind. Join me, help me, enable my bad choices, and maybe then I will finally have a glitch-free stream. I live in a castle, it's not mine, don't know who owns it, never met them, but I've been here for years and no one checks. My man cave is here, I have my own gym, and there's this weird mirror down in the basement that shows me memes. I host my own talk show, where I invite guests on for a chinwag. I also host the quiz show, Silly Sausages, and sometimes I try a bit of open mic down at the local comedy club. I also have the honour of being a regular guest speaker at the Institute. I've lost my train of thought. I'm also a regular guest speaker at the Institute for Science, Memes, Entertainment and Gaming. You will find my previous Smeg talks on all my channels. I'm not alone here. My mate Jasper is behind the scenes. He hides here. He's from my world, but the less you know about him, the better. So for your own safety. Jasper is my producer, my editor, my security, my driver, my cook, my secret Santa, and my drug dealer. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, KickX, Facebook, Rumble, Trovo, and TikTok. And you'll also find me on Instagram, BitShoot, and Odyssey. Head to the Bodach.show. That's my website. Built it myself. That'll give you the links to all my stuff. Join a Discord. Help share some stuff. I'd really appreciate it if you subbed and followed me on all the platforms you have accounts for. It really helps me grow even if you don't use the platform. Feel free to jump in the chat. And also feel free to clip and share anything. But yeah, let's crack on. Yo, what's up, Black Betty? Whoa, Black Betty. What's up, Mr. Pix and Pax? How are you this evening? We got some knowledgeable fisticuffs today. Running a little bit behind on the knowledgeable fisticuffs, but yeah, doing that. And then if there's any activity, we'll do some bro code moderating. But yeah, should probably just crack on, I guess.
So welcome back.
What's up, humans? Hello, JVD. You love Kanye. Me too. Not so much his music, but his views are worth discussion, let's just say. What's safe to say on YouTube these days? It's worth discussion. I've just realised. Bollocks. Where have I put the thing? Oh, you're joking me. Ah, no. I've lost a wire. It's a glitchy stream. It's not the Bodach Show without a glitch. And I forgot to plug the microphone-y thing into this thing, so I can do the thingy thing. So someone out there is watching a puppet basically mime like a deaf kid. Right, well, that should fix it. Dodge. That's better. Is this going to work?
Back to this.
Yes, here we go. I got a bit annoyed at this one. What's safe to say on YouTube? I don't know, like proud Israeli. It's cool how the mansion load screen is like a PS1 cutscene. Oh, mate, PS1. Peak gaming. The only tolerable VTuber. The only tolerable VTuber. I'm an alien. I'm a real boy. Hey. I'm the only VTuber who doesn't have a massive pair of jiggling tits. I don't understand that. You go on Twitch, right, and you see all these anime girls with the big jiggling tits. And if you actually go and watch one, it's some guy talking. It's like some guy talking over some jiggly tits. I've never really understood that. And they all look the same. But yeah. I got a bit annoyed at this one, right? This is my mate Aid. And he said some gibberish. This is a lefty commentator. Hang on. Yeah, this guy's proper lefty. He's one of these guys that doesn't think immigration or anything is a problem. And I left him a reply on one of his comments, and I can't reply to his fucking stream. Or a thing for kids, right? Maybe, yeah. It's just, yeah, I never really understood why you want to listen to a dude talk with some anime girl with jiggling tits. Like, first of all, pairing's just weird. Second of all, go and just, if you want to watch some jiggling tits, just go on Pornhub. Just go and close your door, turn the volume down, and crack open Pornhub. I don't get it. But I couldn't reply to this fucking guy, right? This fucking guy. He basically thinks immigrants aren't a problem. So I put, it is very frustrating that we don't differentiate between migrants who follow the legal route and those who come illegally. They are two different problems. The illegals are all labelled asylum seekers when almost all of them are economic migrants. This costs us billions a year dealing with it when we have no moral obligation to even accept them. And the other problem is the mass legal migration, taking in millions while building hardly any new homes, hospitals, roads, power plants, etc. End it or build the infrastructure to support it. And who do you think are going to be getting all the contracts from Labour's hundreds of billions in reckless spending I was trying to point out? It'll be the super wealthy and the companies they invest in. Labour will tax the rich, but they will certainly tax us. Then hand it all over to the rich via reckless spending. They'll take a quid from the rich, then hand 5 back. The rich will get richer under Labour too. He thinks that Labour, this is one of these guys that thinks because we voted Labour, they're going to go and tax the rich and then that's going to solve all the problems. He's a fucking idiot. And yeah, the rich will get richer under Labour too. Probably more so than under the Tories, because they do get richer under these left-wing fucking idiots. Like the same happened Biden, Trudeau, etc. So yeah. It'll apply to Labour. So I tried to reply to him, and for some reason, every time I try to reply, I can't fucking reply. So, yeah. I thought, fuck it, I'll just save it for this. So he replied to this. So some thoughts. Number 1, the illegals are all labelled asylum seekers when almost all of them are economic migrants. He's saying 75% of asylum seekers are found to be legitimate refugees. This, Aid Thompson, if you're listening, is a fucking lie. Right? This 75% of asylum seekers claim comes from the Council of Refugees or something like that. I can't remember. Fucking hell. I should have had this ready. Yeah, so the Refugee Council, right. This says, right, this quotes numbers that are fucking untrue. Right, this is a biased bullshit fucking thing, and it's written by a paper that cites statistics that are literally not true. First of all, they're claiming that it's mostly Afghanis. Absolute nonsense. Less than 15% are Afghanis. Right? And he said they would be found as legitimate refugees. In fact, most of them are currently coming from Afghanistan. So it's a complete fucking fallacy. 75% of the asylum seekers are not found to be legitimate. It's actually around, I think it's about 55 to 60% are granted temporary asylum. But that's not because they're actually asylum seekers. That's because of the European Court of Human Rights won't let us deport them until we can clarify who the fuck they are. The only reason they get granted temporary asylum is because they've got no fucking ID and we can't find out who they are. And until you know who they are, you're not allowed to deport them. So they're not real refugees at all. Certainly not 75%. And this, his own fucking thing that he quotes says up to 75% would be. And they basically throw a bunch of stats that are completely wrong, right? And I want to point out something of all the boat migrants. Of all the ones that we do successfully identify, almost all of them get deported. Almost all of them get deported. Once we actually find out where they're from and who they are, we realise they're just illegal economic migrants. And then his second point is they are not illegal, he says. He says they're not illegal. You can arrive in any signature country by lorry boat. This is, again, Aid, if you're listening, this is fucking wrong. The rules are, when you want to seek asylum, is you go to the first safe country. You don't trek halfway across fucking Europe bypassing all these safe countries to cherry pick the one with the best fucking benefits. And why do they turn up on a boat, Aid Thompson? Why do they skip through all these countries and turn up on a boat and remove the ID with no ID? That's because the smuggling gangs and the NGOs coach these fuckers on how to get around the rules. They know full well if they throw their ID away and lie about who they are, the European Court of Human Rights will protect them and stop them being deported, and then they get all the fucking hotels and free shit. They are illegal. The first thing they do when they come here is break the law, and then they lie about who they are with no ID, breaking the law. They are illegal fucking immigrants, Aid. And mass legal migration impacts on road homes and that blah blah blah. If tax can't cover things, someone somewhere isn't avoiding it. Someone somewhere is avoiding it. So he's basically saying the reason why we haven't built more houses and hospitals and roads to factor in the population boom, basically saying it's because the rich don't pay enough tax, which is fucking bollocks. Again, Aid, the richest 1% pay over half the fucking tax burden. Your problems are not created by someone else being fucking rich, you absolute idiot. Right? The reason why we don't have fucking the roads and hospitals we need is because the government prioritised fucking foreigners before us. We give up, when you add up all the foreign aid and stuff Britain shells out every year, it's to the tune of nearly, like, I think it was when you add up Ukraine and foreign aid and all the rest of it, it's nearly 40 billion a year. 40 billion a year protecting other people's borders and helping other fucking people get education, fucking shit like that. That's why we don't have the hospitals and road. So anyway, I tried to explain this in the comment, but for some fucking reason, every time I tried, it wouldn't. I asked him if he was deleting it or if there was a mod. He's just claiming that I don't have a point. There it is, Aid. Anyway, moving on from you. He's a friend of mine. He's a lovely guy, but he's lefty. He's so lefty. He's so fucking Zionisty lefty. Anyway. So, oh shit. Chat, Sam Hyde made a video about it. These people need to watch it. Oh, yes. Shit, who's Sam Hyde again? I can't remember who Sam Hyde is. Is that Sam Hyde? Actually, I don't actually think I've watched any of his stuff.
Ladies and gents, welcome back.
Anyway, I just wanted to cover that. Shit, what am I doing? Let's get back on track. Ah! Right, yeah, sorry. Israel have said Europe has a moral responsibility to accept refugees from Palestine just days after Trump says he will clear the area. Fuck's sake. That's all we fucking need. More fucking grooming rape gangs roaming around Europe. Yeah, fuck off, Israel. They aren't even economic migrants because the majority of them don't work. Exactly. 70, I can't remember the fact. I might be wrong, I need to be fact checked, but I believe it's 77 times more likely to commit a sexual assault. The violent crime with these groups is through the roof. Schools, whenever there's a migrant hotel pop up, the local schools suddenly have fucking weirdos hanging outside them trying to talk to the little girls. Get these fucking people out of our country. Yo, what's up, Friday Night Frankie? And mass migration, right? Yeah, I'd like, obviously Black Betty disagrees with me, but I don't think all migrants are bad. I just think you need to control it. You should be here with some sort of skill. You should be here with some sort of skill that we don't develop for ourselves. But like, fucking hell, when you come here, The reason why they come on the boats, again, if A. Thompson's listening, the reason why they come here with boats, on the boats, throwing their IDs in the fucking water like the NGOs and crime gangs and smuggling gangs tell them to. The reason they do that is because if they follow the legal route, they'll get rejected because they lack the skills and criteria to be granted visas. It's as simple as that. This country is so liberal with their visas and they wouldn't even be able to get one. All you need to do is have basic literacy and we throw visas at you. They don't even have that. They don't learn the fucking language. You've got these schools in Wales now saying, oh, we want lessons in Somali. What do you mean you want fucking lessons in Somali? You've moved to fucking Britain. Learn your fucking language. Kloss, this isn't an MMA show. No, Kloss. I do an MMA quiz before the major UFC events, but no, it's not an MMA show. There's so many good people doing MMA already. Plus, I'm more of a football fan. I love MMA, but I'm also a football fan. Big Frankie raid. Ah, nice one. Cheers, Frankie. What's up, Western Mass Climber? What's up, Bodach? Friday Night Frankie raid. Yes! Yeah, sorry to disappoint. I'm not an MMA show. I cover some MMA. And I do an MMA quiz. And I know a lot of the guys that pop into my chat are obsessed with MMA. But yeah. I don't even know what I am. I'm like a variety guy. I do all sorts. Like tonight we'll be doing current events, streaming, memes, comedy, general knowledge quizzes, conspiracies. I do all that kind of shit. I honestly don't know how people would actually... I don't even know how... I suppose, like, I look at a lot of MMA ones. I mean, even the MMA guys who are outright MMA, I mean, you can't just talk about MMA for 4 or 5 hours every night, can you? It's not true. What's not true? Imagine being in 2025 and thinking rich people are the problem. It's so pathetic. Exactly. You know, people need to be mindful of the fucking language that they use. Tax the rich, tax the rich. What? Yeah, and? Then what? Then what? You're going to give away, like, Labour are spending hundreds of billions. They've committed to hundreds of billions, and people are like, yeah, Labour are going to raise the tax on the rich and then do loads of spending. Who do you think's getting the fucking contracts? All these companies aren't going to be like pitching for the contract, like, oh, we'll do it for this price and we can have it done by such and such, and here's our proven track record that we can do the job. And they're not all just pitching it and then having a committee pick the best company for the job. And that doesn't work like that. There'll be a lobbyist taking out Labour MPs for a lovely dinner, and they'll be saying, listen, you give us that fucking contract. Yeah, it's the most expensive and we'll probably not deliver everything we promised, but because you're investing, it will shove this. It will make the stock price go up. So if you give us that contract, invest just before it, we'll get loads of money. You'll get loads of money. That's how it works. It'll be the friends. You know, it's just government picking winners. They're so fucking stupid, these lefties. You don't even need government fucking contracts. Just get rid of the regulation. Just say, right, there's some land. You're allowed to build on it now. And the fucking private ventures will just be all over it. And then they'll build houses and sell them, right? It's maddening. Oh, we cook with a gas tonight. Oh, we cook with gas tonight. Okay. Yes. Check out Some Hide, Dear Elon, when you get some time. I will. Is it a long one? Is it a long one? Let's have a look. Ah, it's 46 minutes. I won't be doing it tonight. I'll have to watch it off stream. Remember when the Irish used to die kicking out foreigners? Yeah. Mate, honestly, I don't get this fucking state this country's in. Multiculturalism is a lie. It's not a weakness. It's not strength, it's a weakness. I think that the whole idea of multiculturalism is fucking nonsense. It's no, if they're moving here, they adopt the culture. They adopt the language and they adopt the culture. At the very, very least, they behave themselves in a way that respects it. It's just, it's maddening. And mass migration, like, it's failed. They're obsessed with it because it makes because for a while it made the GDP go up and up. But now we're all getting fucking poorer. It's failed. It needs to end. Tax the rich while the poor get taxed 20-40%. Yes, exactly, JVD. Stupid. They said we were going to get 10 plus inches of snow. We got about 2. What the fuck is up with these forecasts? I don't think they've ever been able to do the weather accurately, have they? They're telling us it's the warmest January ever. Fucking isn't. It's freezing. People have got such short fucking memories. The thing is, if you've got a long enough memory to think, actually, no, that wasn't the warmest fucking January. I've known way milder Januaries than that in recent memory. They'll just call you right wing. You're denying the science. It's like, no, I'm just fucking remembering, you spastic, because I haven't got TikTok brain. I just remember things. Yeah, the planes up in the sky, the fucking chemtrails. I don't know what that fucking is, but it's not normal. When I was a kid in the fucking 90s, the skies were fucking blue. Now they're fucking hazy white. You've done something to them. Fucking wankers. This doesn't make me a fucking conspiracy. No, it makes me just... I can see the fucking obvious. I ain't got TikTok brain. I remember it different. The skies used to be blue. Now they're not. Have a great one, brother. I've got to go and provide my 40% tomorrow. Oh, you're in that 40% bracket. Oh, well, at least you got a decent job, Frankie. But Jesus, yeah. All they got to do is get the fuck out of the way. The government just got to get the fuck out of the way. And everything takes care of itself. You look at London. People think that governments and kings and queens didn't build London. They didn't build the cities. Private enterprise built the cities. And the reason we don't see much more of that anymore is because we got in the way of it and regulated it and shit. Get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way. And let people be people again. Like, contracts or policies, both. You can watch it on 2K speed on stream. It'll still take like half an hour though. I like Chinese food, but I'll cook it myself. Fair enough. I do like Chinese food as well. It is fucking freezing. There's no way that was the fucking warmest January on fucking record. It's just a fucking nonsense. And what do you do if you just say the objective? It's just like common fucking sense. No. Simply wasn't, because I literally remembered milder winters than the one we've had. And they just say, oh, you just deny the science. I was like, no, just remembering. But anyway, I've got some knowledgeable fisticuffs to rattle through. Ugh.
Knowledgeable fisticuffs. Tomorrow's news in 2 days from today.
If you are watching this, you are part of the BKWA. Bakwa! Bodach's keyboard warrior army. Fighting lies, tyranny and corruption, one meme at a time. Legacy media is dying, my friend. And memes are now the world's #3 news source behind Elon Musk's X and Chuck Norris movies. If this segment isn't illegal, it will be eventually. Welcome to Knowledgeable Fisticuffs, your sword and shield against globalist scum. God damn it, man. Oh, what have we got next? What have we got? I've got to go right through these because he's got to catch up on last week. It's fucking freezing. Yes, Miles, it fucking is. Mr. Sigma Music. Is it what Sigma again? Sigma's the good one, right? Can't keep up with the youths. The youths of today in their terms. I don't know if that's an insult or not, because every time I see little videos talking about Sigma men, it's always by some fucking twink. Some fucking twink that's never even felt the warmth of a woman trying to tell you how to be some peak alpha male or some bullshit, you know? That's when you say Sigma, that's what I think of. I think of these twinky, pathetic fucking virgins who are like making content about how to be a man. Like, I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, Mr. Picks and Packs.
Damn, I got to learn how to edit like that. Yes, JBD, they're good skills. Just persevere, take inspiration from other things and try and do your best. There's people out there that are so good at fucking editing. I wish I could be that good. But yeah, Sweden, 79% of refugees have vacationed in a country they fled from. There is nuance to this statistics, it's true, but there's a little bit of nuance. So they're counting refugees that might have been there for as long as 10 years, where the war that they fled from has long been over. But yeah, why the fuck are they still in Sweden? Go home. Go home. Go back, rebuild your country, realise greatness, build your infrastructure, and if you make it nice, we might come and visit on a holiday, have a look around, spend a bit of money. You know what I mean? That's how it fucking works. Go back and build your countries. They come from sunny places as well. Make some nice places and we'll come and visit. Spend a bit of cash. Here, look at this. Mr. Just a good little Welsh schoolboy. This is footage from inside a class where that fucking monster was like, really, he's a vicious, nasty little fucking shit, and the government hid it from us. They fucking hid it from us. Sorry, this is a bit out of date because I didn't get round to doing it all last time. Sweden had like 31 bombings in January. I swear. I heard in Sweden, right, that they've got these migrant gangs roaming around, and their weapon of choice is hand grenades. They're not shooting each other. They're not stabbing each other. They're fucking luzzing grenades at each other. It's mental, man. But yeah, Sweden, man. What is it? Rape capital of Europe. One of the most violent places now. Sweden have had enough though. They've I think Sweden's also got an interesting stat that's presented itself in recent months. Hang on, let me double check. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think this might. I'm not going to do and dig into it. Yes, Sweden's migration policy has reversed course, resulting in more people leaving the country than arriving. This is the first time in decades that Sweden has experienced net negative migration. So Sweden has finally fucking had enough, and yeah, it's their trend is actually in reverse. So fuck me, there's hope. And Sweden's way fucking liberal, man. Way fucking lefty liberal. And even they're like, you know what? They're fucking raping the women and luzzing grenades around. It's time to reverse ship. So, yeah. Yeah, it's because it's not by Swedes, mate. It's by their fucking illegal migrants. Oh, these lefties do my fucking edit. They're not illegal. I'll have you know it's not illegal. Check international law. It's like, yeah, if they got to fucking Sweden, they're illegal. International law says if you want to be a fucking asylum or be a refugee, you have to go to the first safe country. That's how it works. You go to the first safe country, and then the international community is supposed to step in and then take care of you by building temporary settlements or like taking you on in their own countries. But you don't pick the fucking country. You know, oh, Sweden, they've got some good benefits. Let's fucking hitchhike across fucking Europe and hide on boats and hide in the back of lorries and go to Sweden where the benefits are good. It doesn't work like that. You don't throw away your fucking ID and lie about who you are. These fucking lefties, they're illegal. Let's get it right. And then they go on to commit fucking crime. Oh shit, I forgot that. This fucking guy. Science denier. You are endangering my health. Such a good meme, that. Look at the state of it. Full of jabs and poisoned food, wearing your mask with your stupid blue hair. Now criticising two-tier policing can be an example of far-right extremism. Leaked Home Office report claims. It's funny that, isn't it? You can't point out the obvious. Islamic gangs in the Islamic communities rip apart their street last summer. They ripped apart their fucking communities. Burning shit to the fucking ground. And the police backed off and just let it peter out. They didn't do nothing. And then when the Southport killer happened, there was a protest against it. They didn't get violent. They didn't burn shit down and smash the place up. They just protested because they wanted something done about it. And what happened to them? The fucking riot police bundled them, charged in like a fucking pack of bulls, arresting them, putting them in fucking prison. And when you point out the obvious, seems like there's one rule for one group and another rule for another. You're a far-right extremist. Shut up. Fucking spastics, honest to God. We shouldn't be taking any asylum seekers as no countries around us are dangerous. Exactly. Unless Iceland or France, you know what I mean, or Denmark or something like that. They're the only countries we should see refugees from, but they're peaceful, so yeah. The boat migrants, man, it's fucking ridiculous. The stat that they don't want you to know about is what happens to the ones we find out when we find out who they are, who they are and where they're from, and how many just turn out to be from countries that don't qualify for refugee or asylum status. We do deport them. The problem that Britain has isn't actually, we do actually deport illegals. I know it doesn't sound like we do because, you know, the current climate and the current sentiment, but Britain does actually deport illegal immigrants. If you don't qualify for refugee or asylum status, you do get deported. The problem is they lie about who they are and they turn up with no ID. And the European Court of Human Rights says you're not allowed to deport them until you know who they are. Fucking, oh my fucking God. Real refugees are turning up saying, right, I'm from here. This is my passport. This is my family. If we go back, they're gonna kill us. And you look back and oh, actually, yeah, your country is being bombed to shit with insurgents and civil war. All right, you can hang around for a bit. That's literally like 1% of them, and they're not on the boats. They actually do go to the nearest safe country. Like look at Ukraine, for example. Most of them are just going to like Poland and whatnot, aren't they? They're not cherry picking which countries to go to. What's wrong with far-right extremism? That's a good point. They never actually, it's just used as a derogatory term, isn't it? Ah, far right. You're far right. And? If you're far right, what it really, really, really means is that you want really small government, you're pro-business, anti-government institutions, anti-big government. You want no regulation, you want low tax, you want free open business, and you just want privatized stuff. You just want people to look after themselves. You want self-sufficiency, and you want the government to be involved in as little as possible. That's what far right actually means. ICE getting rid of a lot of illegals where I'm from. It's about fucking time, Michael. Why the fuck are we still going by European law? It's because we didn't get the Brexit we voted for, that's why. We voted for Brexit, we wanted a hard Brexit, but they thought, nah, you know what? Let's stay in the European Court of Human Rights. For what? For why? Fucking nonsense. Frankie Boyle, bankers are looting the world. You're not in the middle of a recession, you're in the middle of a robbery. And who owns the banks? What group owns the banks? What group? Who are the money men? Why did J.K. Rowling get in trouble for depicting the bankers as a certain facial features, Who owns them? Funding both sides of every war. Trump cuts off security detail for Dr. Anthony Fauci. Good. It's a fucking mass murdering criminal. Fucking disgusting little goblin of a creature. Look at him. This fucking sight of Fauci. Fucking Fauci, because the thing that's about COVID, he's the fucker that he's the fucker, right? Fauci's responsible for HIV, right? I know this is going to be a bit of a hot take, but I don't believe in HIV, and I know like a lot of people are going to be like, well, you actually I don't really believe in it. It's one of those ones where the treatment like murders people. The treatment is worse than the fucking thing. Anthony Fauci was the HIV guy. Kanye West going off on Twitter. When is he not going off on Twitter? They wanted us to keep the European human rights laws. Yeah. The European Court of Human Rights is the biggest roadblock in taking care of the current problem. It's good though. Populism is rising. Again, they'll say, oh, populist. Yeah. They use that as a derogatory term. I'm a populist. I want the British Isles to be about the British people, and I want the British people to come first. Always. I want to stop giving money to... I want them to stop removing subsidies from British farmers to then give them to fucking foreign farmers. I want them to stop leaving our fucking kids behind to go and educate foreign kids. I want them to stop funding the Ukraine war. I want them to stop sending money to India, a country that has a fucking space program. I want them to stop selling arms to fucking Israel so they can go around genociding any fucking prick they want. I want the Israeli lobby out of our politics. I want populism. It's not a derogatory fucking term. It's a solution to all the problems. Is this good for the British people? Yes, no. No, well fuck off then. Yes, okay, let's do it. That's it. That's how I want my government to be thinking. This is not good for the British people. Fuck off. That's it. Oh, you want what? Millions of migrants? Is that good for the British people? No. Fuck off then. Building more hospitals and getting more doctors and nurses, is that good for the British people? Yes. Brilliant. Do it. Fixing the potholes, is that good for the British people? Yes. We'll fucking do it. That's how I want them to think. And that's what populism is. I've never known anyone with AIDS, to be honest. Exactly. But Dr. Fauci, he's the guy that's put the fucking fear of God in. I'm sure there's various illnesses and all that fucking shit and all that. I know that. I know that there's stuff that gets you. People are dying of something. It's just once upon a time, mate, people thought like... I don't know. It was just weird, wasn't it? The whole like, I don't think people are concerned with HIV anymore. But I remember in the 90s, man. That's even as kids, like, you know what I mean? You used to scratch yourself, and you'd be like, the fear of AIDS was in us, wasn't it? Do you remember that? In the 90s, maybe you sort of played football and scratched yourself. You'd be going home thinking you got AIDS. Like, he's the guy that put the fear of it in. We know now that if there was such a thing, or if there is such a thing, the way it spreads, we know like precisely what the thing is. He was the fucking guy that put the fear of God into people about it. He's a goblin of a creature. Yeah, but even more unhinged than usual. Yeah, move to America. Well, America doesn't solve the stew problem. No. Just a reminder that an illegal alien burned a woman alive on the subway just a few weeks ago, and all your friends crying publicly about deportation said nothing. Yeah, I don't think I'll move to America, mate. Their migrants are setting you on fire. AIDS existing is a good thing, to be honest. It regulates their numbers. Jesus, picks and packs. Yeah, I think like I got two theories about AIDS that I'd sort of buy into. One, it never really existed, and two, it was created in a lab, and it was to target certain groups of people. And it revolves around fucking Dr. Fauci. It's not just some organic thing that came into the human population. You know what I mean? These things didn't just get introduced themselves organically. Jesus, picks and packs is a bit harsh. Who says you have to have a home? When you've got a home, who does that ultimately benefit? It benefits either you buy it or you rent it from someone who owns it. And how do they afford it? From the banks. And who owns the banks? If anything, homeless people should be celebrated. I'll chill. I'm just going hard for zero reason. Picks and Packs. It's just Picks and Packs is just choosing violence today. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a mood like that, to be fair. It's because before the stream I was just looking into things. It's just getting me angry. I was just getting, what the fuck is happening to this country? What the fuck is happening to the world right now? Mom, what is a conspiracy theorist? Someone making fairly obvious observations that the government doesn't like. Exactly. Uncle kicked them out of the banks and homelessness got removed entirely. Yeah, I can imagine that. The problem with the banks is that they're businesses. That's the problem with the banks. They operate as a business and they're private. And that's not what a bank should be. A bank should be operated at the public good. And it shouldn't be this whole credit score and stuff. Like, yeah, I get it. I get like the credit score system's pretty good. Like, you shouldn't really be giving people credit cards and stuff who aren't going to pay it back for things like holidays and gadgets and stuff. But when it comes to housing, yeah, banks, man, fuck that. There shouldn't you should just be allowed to have a house. Oh, you ain't got a job for a bit. All right, well, just don't pay for a bit. But I think it should work like that, like a student loan type thing or whatever. Like if you're in work or whatever, yeah, pay your mortgage off. But if you're out of work and you hit rock bottom, the profit-making private business will want you out of that house. And if it was run for the public good, it would just be, you know what I mean? It's the fact that the banks are owned by private fucking families like the Rothschild and stuff. Like, who the fuck signed us up to this deal? Every time we borrow money, that introduces brand new money into the system that has to be paid back with interest. And the interest is money that doesn't exist, which makes you have to ask them for more money for the interest. And thus the cycle of dependency goes on these fucking fractional reserve fucking goblins that have trapped the whole of humanity into this bullshit Ponzi scheme financial system. And we all spend our lives chasing these little fucking tokens like they're worth something while they inflate it to suit themselves, tax you on everything you fucking spend even though it's made up from fucking thin air anyway. Honest to God, the whole fucking... When you actually get into it, the whole fractional reserve bank and shit, my God, it just... Who the fuck signed humanity up to this? They removed the gold standard too. Yeah, of course it did. Heaven forbid your money actually has some sort of backing of something of value. I'm going to do a video on that because the thing is about...
I am about to reveal...
The thing is about the fractional reserve banking and stuff, like you got like the Zeitgeist movies and the Money Masters and all that kind of stuff. They're so old now. I don't think those videos, you can't really show the kids these days that video because they're spoiled. They're spoiled by HD. Everyone's got a nice microphone online and they're spoiled by even the shittest of YouTubers have a sort of higher baseline quality than the old VHS fucking documentaries and like the likes of Zeitgeist. So I think that stuff needs to be remade for a modern audience. So I might give it a go. Go into the fractional reserve bank.
The absolutely mental things that you, the British taxpayer, are funding for illegal immigrants. Are you ready? So we all know that when they break into Britain, they get new clothes and shoes, they get free accommodation, some of it 4-star hotels, they can get priority access to social housing, they get mobile phones, they have access to on-site GPs, private healthcare and dentistry.
Do any of you have this? Like on-site?
If they have children, then they can get a free education. And if they have any trouble understanding exactly how much free stuff you're giving them, then we'll throw in an interpreter and they can be told this glorious news in their own language. Of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. Don't worry about learning the language. We'll change for you.
Of course, if there is ever any issue with all of this, or we dare to detain any of them, then they also get free legal representation from a group of, in my view, traitorous lawyers who will then just take a cut of the whopping great big compensation payment their illegal migrant clients inevitably get. But it gets worse. And again, I ask, are you ready?
If you weren't angry enough.
We are paying for illegal immigrants
We've got no moral obligation to be even accepting these fuckers.
to learn how to become nightclub DJs. Croydon, a council placed into special measures with £500 million of unpaid debt, is sending your money to help make illegal migrants DJs.
And I bet they're all called DJ Mohammed. Like, you don't know which one you're fucking getting. It's not the kind of drop you want, you know? The kind of drop that goes boom.
And with that, I present to you DJ Madapasa.
What the fuck was that? I don't even get mental health support despite being a care leaver. Wow. Yeah, man, it's mental. You rock up on a fucking boat and you get put up in a hotel, you get fed, clothed, you get a computer. They don't even want you to learn a language. You get an interpreter and you get on-site GPs and mental health professionals all over you. But if you live here, you work, you pay your tax, and you need a bit of help, yeah, you got to wait about 3 months for a psychiatrist. You know what I mean? You got to wait like a month for an appointment. This is why we need fucking populism. If you're a British citizen, you should be the first one seen. You should be the front of the queue. If they get near if the migrants get near the front of the queue, and then more British people turn up, well, they jump the queue. Fuck you. We pay the tax. We pay for this. We pay the fucking bills. But what do you mean? Why is it so fucking hard for us to get the same shit that turns up on their fucking hotel door room every day for free? We pay the fucking bills. We should come first.
Good stuff. From the deck of a small boat to the decks of Glastonbury Festival. Now, DJ Madapasa probably shouldn't drink alcohol, which means that he can drive to all of his gigs, which is just as well, because in Oxfordshire, taxpayers are paying for illegal immigrants to have driving lessons and take their driving test. Obviously...
Yeah, they get free fucking driving lessons today. If you got fucking kids and you want to learn how to drive, you got to pay for it your fucking self.
being a DJ is a high-stress job, so you'll need to decompress.
If you want to become a DJ, chances are you're going to have to take it up as a fucking hobby out of your own pocket and get good on your own free time after 40 hours of fucking work for a chance to become a DJ. These fuckers are just... They get to just do this full time, rocking up on a fucking boat.
Just as well that some local councils are now paying for illegal immigrants to take yoga classes. Bristol Council, which faces 53 million quid in required savings, spent £270,000 of Home Office grants taking migrants to football matches as well.
Great. So the rest of us are priced out of the fucking game. They don't allow it to be broadcast at 3 p.m. on a Saturday because of some stupid antiquated rules. But you come as a fucking boat migrant, you get to go and watch the fucking matches. Fucking unbelievable. Benefit munchers are honestly the best people around right now. they get to the front of the queue.
They are being given free PlayStations. Now, I googled it earlier, and apparently a Sony PlayStation 5 Pro is £700. Parents save up all year and still can't afford that for their own kids, and we give stuff like that to illegals. Cardiff Council is teaching illegals circus skills. I reckon they've already got quite good at that because we know loads of them can juggle having one family abroad and one here in Britain, and loads of them know how to do a disappearing act, don't they? But guess what? If you decide that you want to complain about the fact that a young man who has just broken into your country is getting a free phone, clothes, house, education, healthcare, dentistry, driving lessons, legal advice, PlayStation, tickets to the football and a spot of yoga at the weekends, well, that young illegal immigrant will report you to the police for a hate crime because Labour councils are now training asylum seekers on how to report hate crimes.
Fucking hell. It's fucking unbelievable, isn't it? Oh, you were going to do all this lovely stuff for you for no fucking good reason, and if the locals get annoyed because they don't get this, report it as a fucking hate crime.
In Essex, the police, who obviously don't have any proper crimes to solve, went and ran a training day so newly arrived Afghans can learn how to recognise a hate crime and report it. Interesting, isn't it? Because there have been multiple allegations of some migrants harassing young schoolgirls. So perhaps the police could focus on that. I mean, you can see it now, can't you, in those yoga classes that I mentioned earlier. OK, class, we're doing 2 of your favourite poses today. We start with the illegal entry and then gently move into the low lunge towards a girl in school uniform. I mean, if you wonder what illegal immigrants get for free in Britain, imagine everything you can think of, then add a few more things onto that list as well. Nuts, isn't it?
Fucking unbelievable, man. If you want to learn, if the natives want to learn yoga, they have to go to work, earn some money, and then pay for the class themselves, you know? And they get it for free. Oh, you said Jay. This Jay's fucking hilarious. He is madness, man. Newcastle man who raped 2 schoolgirls in car after buying them alcohol, jailed. Good. Sentenced to 14 years, so he'll obviously be out in 6 months. He'll be out in 6 months to make room for some right-wing extremists.
But it's happened throughout Europe and the United States, attacking farmers. If you're looking big picture, if you're opposed to famine and you're for human flourishing and people, then you'd want to do whatever you could to have enough food.
I agree.
And if country by country by country, they're all attacking farmers, maybe there's a bigger anti-human agenda at work.
I just think it's a pretty dumb political agenda that's been pursued.
It's not just dumb, it's like weird.
Yeah.
Of all the groups you'd attack, why farmers?
Makes no sense.
And it does make sense though, doesn't it?
Why?
Well, clearly there's an effort to reduce the human population. Look around the world, government after government after government around the world is endorsing policies that they know will reduce birth rates, is attacking agriculture, and is allowing, I don't know, drugs and food that kill people and make them less healthy. If you add that all up, you don't have to know their motives. You just look at the effects and you're like, the effect is to kill people. What is going on here?
Oh, there's a certain group that control the world. That's what's going on here. And there's a satanic pedo death cult that runs the media, runs the governments, runs the banks. That's what's behind it. Oxford and Cambridge to move away from traditional exams to boost results for minorities. Okay. University is considering open book tests and take-home papers in a bid to close achievement gap between students from different backgrounds. Yeah, just fucking go home and Google it, mate. Go home and Google it. Fucking hell. Oxford and Cambridge, like, you're supposed to be fucking hard. You're supposed to be the hardest universities. Maybe they're just not fucking good enough. What does it even matter what their ethnic background is? Can they fucking do this? No? Okay, well, fail them. They don't get the degree. Bye. Buy another year at uni. Maybe you try again. The bigotry of low expectations, man. They call the fucking right-wingers racists. We're not the racists. We want to move beyond race. These are the fucking racists. The fucking bigotry of low expectations, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, some people are struggling. Send them home so they can Google it. Fucking idiots.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen. Are witnessed, which, you know, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways.
AOC, the waitress playing politics, calling someone stupid. What a fucking joke.
All of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, like, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart. And the danger in not...
Elon Musk is not smart. Yeah, he's a Zionist. Yeah, he's got some. There's issues with Elon for sure, but stupid isn't fucking one of them. Honest to God,
the lack
she's
of
got no self-awareness,
and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most morally vacant, but also just least knowledgeable about these systems that we really know of. But the point is that
I can't get...
what that means...
I can't even listen to her, mate. She does my fucking head in, that woman. Just curious, why don't Democrats ever talk about Obama's 3 million deportations? It's because we live in backwards world, mate. Trump's not going to deport as many as people think he will. He'll deport the ones that are criminals, but he won't deport that many. Because here's the thing that people don't realise, that Democrats... And this idea, like, this is probably a contentious take, but some people think, like, the Democrats are importing voters from Latin America, but it doesn't work like that. That's a real short-term goal. Because the thing is, Latin America's proper Christian, man. Christianity is rife there. And most of them are Christians, and they come into this country where they see degenerate fucking bullshit everywhere. LBGTQ bullshit everywhere. Woke bullshit everywhere. This anti-fucking Christian, atheistic fucking bullshit everywhere. You know, it doesn't take them long to swing fucking right, you know? That's why Obama deported 3 million of them, because they're not going to vote Democrat long term. He was deporting future Republican voters. I'm not saying welcome them in. Well, you know, don't do that. You got to put America first. But the ones that are there now, that's your future Republican voters. Latinos, mate. The amount of Latinos that are Christian, the percentage of Latino Christians is way higher than the percentage of Christian whites and the other groups. They're Republican voters.
Just spread your legs for me, please, Marlon. Thank you.
Is this in Kent?
There we go. What's that? That's a gun.
It's a fucking gun. Gun control doesn't work. When you take the guns, you only take them from law-abiding citizens. The fucking criminals will still have them. They took away our fucking guns, so we can't protect ourselves. It doesn't... The fucking criminals still have guns.
Tighten his left sock. Right. Okay. Should we move him away from it?
I did actually find out recently that not all guns in the UK are banned. You can still get shotgun licenses and you can still own a shotgun. If you use it in self-defense, you will be tried as a murderer, but I'm just saying. Would you go would you let yourself would you go to prison for a life sentence to protect your family? I mean, most people would say yes, right?
It looks like it's been adapted. Right, okay. And it looks like it's got a round, but it's wedged in it. Okay. It looks like it could take a round. Magazine to take little rounds, and it looks like there's a round one in the chamber, like a homemade one in the chamber. Yeah. Right, okay. Is that going to be an old starter pistol or something? Yeah, and then they sort of something like that. Yeah. It's proper moody, that's for sure.
Fucking mad. Can't believe they took the guns. Angela Rayner to set school rules on Islam and free speech. What rules do we need exactly? They're bringing back blasphemy fucking laws. Ex-Tory Dominic Grieve tipped to head up advisory council, but critics warn blasphemy law could be... They are. It's not like our warning, is it? It's not a warning that blasphemy law could be... They're already here. We already have them, and they're going to get worse. They're going to get worse. When you speak about the bacon deniers, the religion of peace, you're going to get in trouble. That's where we're heading.
Fucking hell. Big C. Yeah.
Look at the size of that machete they found on him. Just daily life on the British streets. Absolutely mental. Absolutely fucking mental. The size of that fucking knife. You seen the machete fights they have as well? Remember, the people you're arguing with followed arrows to walk around a grocery store, yes. They lost their intellectual high ground the moment they fucking went along with this nonsense. I used to just go into supermarkets as normal, mate. To be honest, a lot of people did, to be fair. You did see some people following the rules, but I think a lot of people just thought, fuck off.
Where are we after when we're all in our old journalist retirement home together, watching the telly and shouting at it? Where are we in 20 years' time? Are we back in or still having these battles, these conversations?
20 years' time, EU, I think, will have disappeared, gone down the plug hole, down the Swanee. Adios.
Wow.
Kazi time.
The whole thing's gone.
I think the whole thing's going to go.
Because it just...
Good.
People will strike out on their own.
Because I just don't see that the French and German axis can continue. And without that, there's going to be no money and the immigration problems.
So who goes first? Italexit, Italy, Grexit?
I think the Germans.
The Germans go first.
Yeah, I think they'll just get fed up with it and look at us and think, why can't we do that too?
Yeah. Damn right. Populism is rising. The EU will be gone in 50 years now. Fucking hope it is. I trust the science. You trust the television. Exactly.
What does this sign mean to you?
You know, black women are probably the least respected in America. Their voices aren't heard. Their issues aren't paid attention to. Many white women look beyond their own personal interests and they leave black women out of the conversation. And I think America needs to change about that.
What are we not trusting them to do right now?
How to care for our country, how to care for each other, how to stand up and fight for things that aren't right.
Millions of black women voted for Trump. Should we trust them?
Ooh, I'll take your hand in mine.
I don't think that's true.
They really do think they're like champions of anti-racism, but they're fucking not. They are the racist ones. Their bigotry, low expectations is the most racist part of our societies.
Millions of black women voted for Trump?
Way too many. Way too many. It is.
Should we trust them?
I don't know.
Maybe not trust black women then.
That's not true. I do trust black women.
Who'd vote for Kamala?
You've been caught in a trap, you daft bitch. It's got fuck all to do with race, man. It's about character and merit. And he's caught you.
Harris.
He's caught you in a logical fallacy.
He wants to know if I trust the black women who voted for Trump.
I think they voted against their own interests, so it's really hard to put the idea of trust together with someone who is continuing to vote against themselves.
Don't. You see what he's doing, though, mate? It's so good. Like, why do you care? Race has got nothing to do with it. If they're good at the job and they've got the merit and the credentials, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter.
That's right.
So it sounds like they don't have very good judgment.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it's not having good judgment. I don't think they necessarily connect the dots, and I do.
They're stupid.
No, they're not stupid, but I think it's.
No, I'm just asking because. But it is hard to trust people who are stupid and have bad judgment, right? And black women who vote for Trump are stupid and have bad judgment.
Oh, we did not say that. Nope.
I think they don't connect the dots, and so they're looking at only certain things and thinking that's important, and not connecting the dots.
It sounds like those black women need to be educated by white women like you.
Yeah, not
true. Not.
They just need a good white woman to come in and tell them what's up.
You're putting words in our mouths again.
I mean, doesn't it kind of? Why doesn't it? Listen, like, let's say you got to fix your car. And you've got a black mechanic who's amazing at fixing cars, and you've got a white mechanic who's kind of okay at fixing cars. Surely you want to give the work to the black guy, right? It's got nothing to do. Like, that's what these women don't understand. Like, it's like, you got to trust black women. They vote Democrats. Actually, millions of them voted for Trump. Oh shit. It seems apparently that race hasn't got much to do with who votes for who, and people vote all different ways from all different groups, and we're the racists because we group black people. It's them, these women, who are grouping up all black women as one thing because their bigotry of low expectations, their racism, and that's their racism on show, and he's helping to point it out in a really funny way. I think it does take, for example, some potato farmer from some anus satellite country of Russia. How well is he gonna integrate in a metropolitan city? Yeah, I mean, it's true, but you can say that about all farmers. All farm people of farming backgrounds struggle in metropolitan cities, right? It's like, you're good at what you're good at.
And you're trading it.
Just like the people who come from cities and in urban areas, they tend not to get along as well out in the countryside.
Sorry, I don't mean to do that.
This idea that white people are going to be the white saviors f***ing pisses me off.
But if white women like you...
Look at the racism in these two women. They don't know they're racist. They think they're the good guys. They're anti-whiteness. Oh, this white knight shit. Who the fuck's saying it has to... Oh.
Educate...
Why don't they understand how racist they are? These fucking lefty activists, they don't know how racist they are.
How are they ever going to learn to vote the way that they're supposed to vote?
You know, as a white woman, I'm happy to help educate and talk to people, but it's not my job to go convince somebody else.
I hope you're able to get through to some of the...
It's all of our jobs to convince other people if you think you've got better ideas. It doesn't matter what colour your fucking skin is. If you feel like you've got a grasp of a better idea, it's everybody's responsibility to share. These people are so fucking thick. When I was a child, all the women were racist. What a strange turn of events. Women are. I have also experienced that in my life, Mr. Picks and Packs. I've noticed that the men are way more tolerant, but then again, I think it makes a bit more sense for women to be more racist, because when certain groups of people bring crime with them, and that of a sexual nature as well, they're the victims of it. They suffer, the women, when you have these issues like we have today, women are the primary victim of the problem. So of course they're going to be a little bit more, you know,
those untrustworthy, stupid black women.
Concerned. But then they're also the most extreme when it comes to toxic tolerance. So they suffer the consequences, but the other side of the women, they're always the first to be like, refugees welcome. It's like, and the men are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where are they coming from? Hey, are they going to respect the laws and values? Are they going to be trouble? You know, so women are the two extremes, aren't they? I think men are down the middle a bit more. Result of Islam, religion of peace. Yeah. It's funny how when the community grows, at some point somewhere a fucking town or city gets burnt to the ground.
There's so much trans hate in the fucking world. There's so much trans hate in the world right now, and I'm so done with it. And pride just means that we are unabashedly happy just to be alive.
Yeah. And where do you personally feel that hate is coming from?
Most places, but especially the government.
And in your own life, where would you say that you feel the hate the most?
I feel like I kind of internalize a lot of the hate, so...
Exactly, you hate your fucking self and you blame the world for it. It sounds like a you problem, love.
Feels like it mostly comes from myself at this point, because...
Imagine an entire group of people that internalize all their problems and then blame society for it. That's literally the LGBTQ fucking blah blah fucking community. It's all internalized problems while the rest of the world's like, listen, you've got issues, we don't care. Just do you and leave us alone. Oh, you're a man that wants to walk around in a dress. Okay, that's fine. I grew up in the 90s. Things were weird back then as well. And we just ignored you and let you live your life. But it's a you problem. And they're like, no, I hate myself. And you're going to treat me special.
This is the extraordinary story of the faraway people. They set sail from the faraway lands and headed for the land of milk and honey. When they arrived, they were welcomed by the toolmaker's son and his regime as new voters. They were taken straight to their temporary accommodation and felt safe and warm. The home people struggled, and the old people went cold to help pay for them. This made the home people very angry, but the toolmaker's son didn't care. The faraway people enjoyed their new home and wanted to make new friends at the park. The poor little ginger girl said she would need to build more houses for the faraway people. The faraway people loved their new homes and brought their traditions with them. The girl from accounts said the farmers would also have to pay for the faraway people. This made the farmers very angry, but the toolmaker's son didn't care. There were some issues with the faraway people and their cultures. The faraway people didn't like the home people very much, even the ones born here. This made the home people very angry, and they protested in the streets. But the toolmaker's son blamed them and put them in jail instead. He put some of them in jail for mean words as well. The home people couldn't believe what had happened to their homeland and wondered what would be next.
That's a good fucking video. Read Alexander. Oh god, how do you pronounce that? Zolshins. Oh, how do you pronounce that name? Solshis. I know the quote. It's the men that want to be left alone. Is I can't remember the quote specifically, but does it go along the lines of they just want to be left alone, and that's why things go so far, because they just want to be left alone, and it's not until you back them into a corner where they then do something about it. Let's have a look. I'll Google it. Oh. Well, Google obviously doesn't like it. I'll ask Grok. Tell me about Doge. Tell me about a Russian novelist, historian, and Nobel laureate wrote profoundly about the human condition under oppressive regimes. One of his notable quotes that touches on the themes of individuals desiring to be left alone is often paraphrased or summarized in various ways. The essence of the quote you're likely referring to comes from his work, particularly from the Gulag Archipelago. Okay. And how we burned in the camps later, thinking, what would things have been like if every security operative, when he went out at night to make an arrest, had been uncertain whether he would return alive, and he had to say goodbye to his family, or if during periods of mass arrests, as for example in Leningrad, when they arrested a quarter of the entire city, people had not simply sat there in their lies, hailing with terror at every bang on the downstairs door, at every step on the staircase, but had understood they had nothing left to lose, and had boldly set up in the downstairs hall an ambush of half a dozen people with axes, hammers, pokers, and whatever else was at hand. Yeah, seems that people don't understand that they've got nothing else to lose. Once they take it from you, that's it. Republican platform: free enterprise, secure borders, honest elections, real journalism, ethical judiciary, civil rights, moral standards, personal liberty, and plenty of money for fucking Israel. The Democrat platforms: hate Trump and plenty of money for fucking Israel. Wait, I think we're done.
Like the mass rape of young working-class white girls by mainly Pakistani men on an industrial
We've got a glitch! It's the Bodach Show, of course there's a fucking glitch. Oh, it's glitched again, look. Fucking play, you cunt.
Like Nazism was a virtue dominance game, communism was a virtue dominance game, wokeism is a virtue dominance game. It's this horrible mix of I know what is virtuous, and I'm going to force you to agree with me. And if you do anything or believe anything or say anything that is against my code of what is virtuous, I'm going to fuck you up. So you kind of, it's kind of the worst. It's kind of the worst of human behavior.
So true. So true.
The mass rape of young working-class white girls by mainly Pakistani men on an industrial scale. That is a rotting stain on our country's history.
The fucking YouTube. What the fuck is it with TikTok and always playing that fucking same song?
I do not say this lightly, but it makes me ashamed to be British. We failed those girls, and heads must roll. I want deportations, not just for the rapists, but also the family members who are aware of their heinous crimes. If that results in tens of thousands of deportations, then that is what must happen. I want prosecutions for anyone in any position of authority who knew about these savages and did nothing, or even worse, concealed their crimes. Not just their dismissal, criminal prosecutions must follow. Many of these monsters have even been released back into the same communities where the children they raped reside. Words appropriate on this stage cannot adequately describe what I think of these beasts. I don't want thoughts and prayers from government, I want action. Deportations of foreign nationals who have come to our country and committed serious crimes against the British people. Deportations of those arriving in our country illegally. Send a message: if you come here without permission, you will not stay under any circumstance.
Bolshevism committed the greatest human slaughter of all time. The fact that most of the world is ignorant and uncaring about this crime is... But it's Russians and Slavs and stuff, isn't it? Like... We don't... Like, the West just fucking hates Russia. I've never really had it explained. I don't really know why we hate Russia so much. I don't, personally, but... like, when you look at the Ukraine thing, I hope Russia gets what they want. Like, I don't care what that... I don't think that's a war crime yet, is it? But yeah, I sympathise with Russia, man. Like, when they get peace, I hope he keeps the fucking Donbass and all that. I think they should be part of Russia. No one's ever explained to me why we're supposed to hate them, but yeah, the Bolsheviks revolution, what's that? Leningrad in that? That's Lenin, wasn't it? Yeah, the Soviet Union, mate. The fucking slaughter. They murdered me. Stalin in that, they killed more people than the Nazis in the 20th century. He took all their fucking food to sell abroad to enrich for profit, leaving his own people fucking starving, mate. Yeah, man, they've got such a horrible history. Looking at Russia today, I just think, yeah, I kind of like understand their pain. Everything they went through. And the world still fucking shits on them. They survived fucking Stalin and the Iron Curtain. We're still treating them like a bunch of fucking evil goblins and orcs. Like, fucking hell. Oh yeah, the Bolsheviks were primarily... Okay. I didn't know that bit. I'll have to double check. Brown cat. Black cat, brown cat, far right cat. We need a bit of this in England. I think it sounds really fucking harsh, but I don't care. If you see the boat migrants, go out there, sink one. Start sinking them, leave them there. There's only one boatload, because it will soon catch on. They'll be like, hang on, what? The British are just fucking sinking them. What? But they rescue you, right, and take you to England? No. The Royal Navy come up, sink the boat, and then literally just leave you there. The boat migrants would stop the next day. Even Trotsky said so. Oh, and Putin did recently. Yeah. Oh yeah, Putin. He's a misunderstood character, isn't he? I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's evil, but my God, we don't know nothing about that man. Like, if all you listen to is the Western narrative on Putin, you don't know who the man is. We don't know the nuances. I'm not gonna play that one too long because the fucking honest to God TikTok music. Come on, play the fucking video. Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, here we go. Stop glitching. Stop glitching. Play. You motherfucker. Oh, you fucking wanker. Come on.
If you are unvaccinated and the virus comes into your community, the virus will hunt you out. The virus hunts down the unvaccinated.
The virus will find the unvaccinated. That's what they all say.
And it's a virus that will find you if you're not vaccinated.
If you're unvaccinated, it will find you.
The virus is literally finding unvaccinated people.
It will find the unvaccinated.
We're seeing COVID-19 tracking down unvaccinated people.
You know, if you're unvaccinated and you're in circulation, you're going to get it.
Well, the Delta variant of COVID-19 has the potential to spread through an unvaccinated community like wildfire.
The Delta variant is so aggressive that if you are unvaccinated, it's going to find you.
Do you remember this? The magic virus that fucking hunted you down?
Finding the unvaccinated.
The Delta variant will find you. If you're not vaccinated, it will find you.
The virus tends to find places that are under-vaccinated.
It does not just move to city centres. It finds the unvaccinated wherever they are.
So you might live in the middle of the desert, but it can still find you.
But if you're unvaccinated, this virus is looking for you.
You know, this virus, this infection will seek out the people who are either unvaccinated or have only had one jab and are not fully protected.
The virus does seem to be finding older people who have not received that third dose.
We'll ultimately find just about everybody.
But these three people, two of them weren't vaccinated, one had just had their first dose. The virus has found them.
You know, the virus found them. It's not lurking in the fucking cupboards. Propaganda genuinely was fucking unhinged. Oh god, almost done. I need to crunch these down, man. I need like 20. I got 38. I'm on 32. It's so hard though, because the last few months, man, it's been really busy. Of all the birds in the world, funny how the only birds they kill because of bird flu are chickens. And of all the animals in the world, funny how the only animal farts that cause global warming are cow farts. Two things we eat the most. That's because they're going after the fucking food supply. They're creating the future food shortage, and they're going to blame it on viruses and climate change when it's not. It's all by design. They're going after the food supply, man. I can't remember who's that guy. The guy, fuck, who's his name? He's always talking about it. The amount of fires at food preparation plants is off the fucking scales. No one ever mentions it. But they go after it and they never get rebuilt. The insurance never pays out. When you're finding fraud and someone yells stop, that's who's doing the fraud. Mate, Jim is so wise. He's so wise.
Remarkable developments in Germany ahead of the big election, where thanks to mass migration, women's safety is essentially on the ballot.
Don't touch me.
No.
They literally fucking follow them around, pestering the fucking women. What's up, Guz Ninja?
The situation is only getting worse. Crime statistics clearly illustrate how Germany's disastrous open borders...
Look at that. 41. What's that in Germany? Afghans and Africans are proportionally 40 times and 70 times more involved in gang rapes than Germans. So this is per 1 million inhabitants. Suspects, is that per 1 million people or victims? That I don't know what this is. Number of suspects for gang rapes per 1 million. But anyway, 0.6 for Germans. Considering the porn material the Germans produce, you'd expect them to be more involved, but they're not. And then you look at the foreigners, 40 and 70 times more.
Experiment has sacrificed female safety at the altar of multiculturalism. AfD leader Alice Weidel is the only politician to offer any kind of real solution to this.
Die Grenzen
lückenlos schließen.
Close the borders
und
completely
jeden
and reject every illegal
ohne Papiere
entrant
Einreisenden
and every
zurückweisen.
person.
Now leftists want to ban the CDU as a political entity, simply because there's a small chance the CDU might end up forming a parliamentary alliance with the AfD after the election, resulting in the passage of new laws that would go some way to reversing the madness that mass migration has inflicted on Germany.
I bet you, if Reform keeps growing in the polls, because the polls are showing that Farage is actually, if they had an election today, they'd actually just win it. It wouldn't be a coalition with the Tories, they would actually just win it. And if that trend keeps going, I bet you Labour try and ban Farage and his party under the guise of fucking hate speech and shit.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States.
This is fucking great, by the way. You should really listen carefully, so I won't interrupt it.
It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
Isn't that fucking potent? What do we see today? What do you see today, right? Everything they don't like is fascist, it's far right. They know full well that it's not. They just want the association with the derogatory term because it puts new people off from listening. If they've heard that it's fascist, they won't even want to listen to it. Even if it's something that will benefit their life immensely, like talking about mass migration and the need for populism in Western society. Oh God, our statement. Just fucking skip that one. Yeah, the BBC aren't getting their money anymore.
Hi, we're the Illuminati.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So we heard about your big special. We are very excited.
Yeah, thanks. Me too. Yeah, but before you can do a special on a major cable network, we're going to need you to sign some things.
Okay, sounds good. We're also going to need you to swear a blood oath to us and our cause. And if you violate this oath, we're going to murder you and everyone that you love.
Got it. Great. You'll also need to pledge your soul to Baphomet. He's this god that we all worship.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He looks pretty cool. He's like a crazy goat man kind of thing.
Now, we will need you to include some of our messaging in your program.
Oh, okay. So you mean like there's going to be a commercial sponsor or something?
No, nothing tacky like that. No, we just want you to have some, self-destructive themes. Like we use a lot of hip-hop artists to glorify violence and drugs, pop stars to push materialism, country acts to instill suspicion of education.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
We'll also need to film you in a lewd act with a minor to use as blackmail if you ever think of telling anyone about anything that happened here today.
Now, could I self-tape that, or is that something that you'd want me to shoot here? We'd like you to do that here.
Yeah. Well, finally, we're going to need a suicide note in your own handwriting, just in case things get crazy.
I actually might...
He died, that guy. He was such a good comedian. So true, isn't it? That's how they get them. It's just a blackmail ring to keep control of you. Trust the science. Questioning the science is how you do science. True, Batman's got a reason. Right, last me. Fuck me, let's move on. This week on House Hunters, him, USAID employee, her, dance instructor for mute transgender amputee youth in Somalia. Budget 10.5 million. It's so funny seeing all the lefties lose their fucking minds because of Trump. It's finally getting rid of it. Anyway, that was Knowledgeable Fisticuffs. I'll catch you next Sunday for some more. Oh, come on, Jasper. Still bloody doing it, mate. The bloody tingling. I need to work on that bloody knowledgeable fisticuffs, man. It's so hard to whittle it down into like. I need to like cut it in half. I need these segments to be over in like 40 minutes, half an hour to 45 minutes, and not go on for like an hour and a half. But anyway, yeah. R.I.P. Dave Foley. He was funny, but he accidentally exposed the Illuminati, so obviously he died in a really weird way. Oh yeah, before I go, I think I'll have a nice short stream tonight. It's been quiet. Where's my bro code? Yes, bro code moderation. Let's just see if there's anything. It's been really quiet on the bro code. Douche. This is the bro code. This is the website I built many years ago. It allows you to suggest... What the fuck is that? It allows you to suggest new bro codes. And then if you like the bro code, you can rate the bro codes up and down. And if they get in, they become part of the official bro code. But it doesn't stop there. When you have a bro code, I always go to the example, bros before hoes. If you think that the wording could be different or improved, you can submit an amend. You can word it. So obviously the original was just simply bros before hoes, but the limited community that it has decided to define what a hoe actually was. And that became the predominant one. And now it's in the actual bro code. And there is a printer-friendly version for you. If you want to print it off, put it up in the staff room at work. Make sure everyone follows the rules. You're doing the world a service. The problem is, it never really took off. So I'm hoping if I can grow my YouTube channel and my other channels, that I could maybe help also push this project I built coming up to 10 years ago. But yeah, I just need to moderate it. And I thought, why not do it on stream? Late night on a Sunday when no one's watching. So a bro leaves the toilet seat up. Why? Just why? Yeah, why? Well, yeah, why not? So yeah, you can obviously comment and reply to the comments. This next moderating. Oh, I have to moderate myself. I have to moderate myself. Silly sausage. Okay, women can also be a bro. Like sometimes you might not agree with it, but yeah, that's the whole point, isn't it? It's supposed to be a legislative process to develop a true, honest, community-driven bro code that no one controls. I'm only here to get rid of things that aren't even written in English or in well grammar, and just to make sure it's not stupid. You know what I mean? Like I don't want people just going absolutely mental with abuse. I don't really censor much, to be fair, but yeah. No women are not bros. They will never be bros. See, you can agree with that. To attack, right, Bov. A bro never cries. A bro must never cry or sob, only weep, or let his eyes water. That's all right. So this is one of the examples where someone suggested a code, and they've decided they want to word it differently. So it's the same thing. It never cries. But yeah, sign up to the bro code. Submit some codes. Help decide which bro codes go in. It'd be brilliant if you did that. A bro may never disclose what happens at sleepovers to non-bros. That is sacred. I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're crashing around your mates and something weird happens. See, this is what I mean. What is that? It's like someone's just fucking spammed a wall of fucking messages. So, yeah. Well, what the fuck, that one, get rid of it. If a divorced dad rock song comes on at a function, a bro shall not skip the song or play something else while the song is playing. Yeah, you gotta be with the playlist, man. You gotta be inclusive of all your bros. Is this another one? A bro is not required to remember another bro's birthday. It's a good code, that one. A bro is required to remember a bro's birthday. Right, I'm gonna move to comments because it's literally just contradicting the bloody code. Go on cool nature adventures with your bro at least twice a year. I think it's good for the lads to get together and hike up a hill. Yeah. I agree. Player 1 belongs to whoever owns the console. Yes. That's a fucking great bro. That's a great fucking bro code suggestion. Don't ever throw your bro under the bus to impress someone. Mate, who's this Cosmos? We've got a new member, Cosmos. How do we play that? Yeah, Cosmo 7. Cosmo 7, mate. He's fucking banging these in. Bro doesn't let another bro get a tattoo, especially of a girl's name. I mean, don't stop them getting tattoos, but yeah, don't get a fucking girl's name tattooed. All groceries go from the vehicle to the house in one trip. Cosmo 7, you get, whoever you are, Cosmo, you get it. You get what the bro code's supposed to be. Mate, yeah, what the hell are you doing 2 trips for in the shopping? You man the fuck up and get all those fucking, get it all. But yeah, anyway, that's a good week, actually. All right, that's the bro code. But a part of the bro code is also the Reddit community. We've had one. It's got 1.7 thousand members. It's had one. It's had one. Fucking hell. All right, let's have a look at this. My old man is disrespecting my tea lady. What's your tea lady? Trans lady. Uh-oh. I've never been one to step in on situations that don't concern me, but my parents are a different situation. My tea lady has helped my old man get his citizenship, has assisted him throughout the growth of his company, raised his children, and made his house a home. To repay her, my old man is constantly disrespecting my tea lady by doing something she is not comfortable with. For example, last night my old man was at a strip club, but this wasn't no ordinary strip club. These sluts were completely naked. They're normally naked in the strip. Oh, I suppose they've got the little skimpy. They've got like they're topless, right? She has expressed her concern, and he can't read concern. She has expressed her concerns and has made it clear that she is not comfortable with him attending those places. Is there anything I can do? Okay, this is less of a bro code question as it relates to your father and top lady. Top lady. I thought he was talking about a trans woman. T trans. God damn, I got woke brain rot. I've been fighting wokeness for so long, I got woke brain rot. Yeah, so this is less of a bro code question as it relates to your father and top lady. Neither of the people are bros. This is family. Sounds like something your tea lady and dads need to figure out. Yes, that's good. I like that. I'm not sure if personally known a better sub for you to repost into. Bro code, he's welcome to talk about it here. What the hell is a tea lady? Yes, that's exactly what I was fucking thinking. It has to be said, doesn't it? I thought it was a trans lady. You fucking, you know what I mean? My old man is disrespecting. Yeah. Anyway, that's the bro code moderation. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're done. We're fighting done. Right. Yeah, sign up to the bro code Reddit and help me, if you would be so kind, to make this a little bit less soy and a little bit more active. It had like this weird, it's weird. It only gets a, I don't know, people follow it because I think they like it because it's a bro code, but then they don't really interact. I think Reddit's just dead as well. I think Reddit has like a small group of subreddits that get all of the traffic. They get all of it. And then the rest of Reddit is just dead. So basically, this is a top 17% subreddit, but I think only the top 1% or even 0.5%, the top 0.5% actually get traffic. It's kind of like Twitch and YouTube. Only the big channels get, big channels seem to get all of the audience, while the little channels have to fight for sort of scraps. But yeah, anyway, we can close you. I'm going to call it a night. It's a lovely little quiet stream. I managed to get through my memes. But anyway, I'll be back on Tuesday. I love it how I'm just showing you my actual... Hang on. Here we go. Yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll see you then.